What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, this time on the FIREBAT mini PC, and today we're going to check out BERSERK and the Band of the Hawk. Now, I tried it out on the Ally and the Steam Deck. Steam Deck refused to play it, but in the Steam Deck's defense, it did say it was unsupported, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised now, should I? But a lot of the times, you can still play games. They might just have a couple quirks or something, or worse, they'll work fine for me and even work maybe for an hour or two, but then halfway through the game, they'll just crash or not have sound anymore for any of the cutscenes. Weird shit like that can happen on the Steam Deck. But anyway, so didn't really get a chance on that one, that sucked, but then on the Ally, I actually got a chance to play it, and it seemed to do what usually happens. Not the most playable gameplay at 1080p, maxed out. Still not even that great at 900p medium. But once we got down to 720p low, it seemed to give us 60-ish FPS. Again, this is just in the prologue, and it seems to be in a cave type area, so you might not be able to even stay at 60 with low and 720p once you get further into the game. Just throwing that out there. But still, we're gonna give it a shot, see if it actually launches. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't, but strange things can happen with PCs. We've been through quite a few times where it'll work on 90% of everything, but then like 2 other computers it won't. So anyway, enough wasting time. Let's go hop on into the game, and we'll go see how it plays.
Alright, well, here's the graphics we're going to start with for 1080p. We're just basically copying what I did on the Ally. Ally couldn't do too good with these settings, so this one will probably fall flat on its face too, but we're also recording with OBS, so we're going to lose even more FPS. So make sure you guys watch the screen recorded portion to at least see the, unadulterated FPS. Alright, well, here we go. We are in the game. It'll say 60 FPS while we're looking at these basic control stuff, but after that, we definitely don't get 60 FPS anymore, as you can tell. Even if we weren't recording, I feel like we'd still drop quite a bit under 30. Maybe not quite a bit, but probably down to at least 28 still. Like, and instead of 24, we might drop down to like 26 in that one spot. That kind of shit. It uses like 5 to 6 FPS. So you might be able to barely hang on to like almost 30 FPS. And keep in mind, we are just in the prologue area in a cave, no less. I had no idea how long we were going to be in here. So I decided to say fuck it. I know a lot of people would be mad that I tested this game out in a cave, but my general thought is if it can't even do 60 or 30 here, it surely isn't going to be able to do it when you get out into a more wide open area, right? So, but that's why I say in the 60 FPS part, I managed to get 60 with 720p, but you might not be getting that everywhere in the game. So I always just warn people about stuff like that. Alright, mission cleared. You know what I haven't had for about an hour? A nice hit. Someone take me a nice hit ski. Yeah, didn't you hear him? Get lost. Get out of his way. Or stay and get cut in half. It makes no difference to me. Obviously, it's not the easiest to play on here with these kind of graphics, but hey, some people are actually totally fine with this kind of FPS, and they would rather it look as nice as it can. So, if anybody's wondering why I even bother testing the games at these kind of settings, that's why. Just because I don't find something playable doesn't mean everyone's not going to. Everybody can just watch the video and make their own informed decision. Oh, I gotta do the frenzy mode thing. Alright, let's do this. Oh yeah, they'll get you alright. Where are you? There you are, you little bastard. Well, I guess slightly bigger than other people, bastard, but still. Alright, and he's toast, and I think with that, we should probably go and move on to 900p and see how that does. Now we got 900p, and we're going to go with a medium preset this time, just with 2 things I don't like ticked off. I'm pretty sure one of them is motion blur. I don't know for sure. It might not actually be motion blur, but it said the word blur in it, and I was like, nope, I want blur. And I don't like depth of field either. It's one thing if it's just in a cutscene and the camera controls that shit, but when I'm doing stuff, I don't like that. I like to be able to focus on what I want to focus on, you know? So, now we can get into the game and see how it does. Here we go with 900p. definitely much more playable now. In fact, completely playable. Because a lot of people just need 30 FPS plus and they're happy. So this is what I definitely consider playable. Again, would I like 60? For sure, but I could play like this no problem if this was my only computer and still enjoy myself. Well, now, there are people that will just be like, no, I refuse to play any game unless I get 60. Now me, I luckily have so many computers that almost never happens to me, but I feel like if I only had like one system, I probably wouldn't give two shits as long as I could play the game. I don't think I'd be that much of an FPS snob, really. Especially if I was dealing with, like, you know, sub-$1,000 devices. Most of the time, unless you build a desktop, you can build a nice, like, $800 desktop that does really fucking good. In fact, probably even at this point, you could probably build a $500 or, like, $800 desktop that just smacks the frickin' new consoles down, because they're not really new anymore. I think they've already been, what, out 3.5 years, 2.5 years, something like that. I don't even know if you can call them next gen anymore, you know? Me, I'm excited for the new 5090, but they keep delaying it. So I think it's going to be probably Q1 of 2025 now, but it's not like my 4090s are broken, so they'll do. But one of my friends wants to buy one, the one that's in the TV PC. So I just don't want to give up my TV PC, so I told him when that comes out, I'll sell it to you, and by then you'll get the bonus of it being worth even less than it is now. Because I'm not looking to make profit off my friends anyway. I'll probably charge them, like, by the time the 590 comes out, 4090s will probably be like $800 or something like that. So I'll probably only charge them like $600 for it or something. Or if they're still like $1,500 for whatever reason, I'll charge them like $1,000 or something like that. And then his wife wants to start gaming with him, which is badass, so I don't mind helping. I'm gonna sell them the rest of that TV PC super cheap. I mean, it's an old 5800X3D. It's a nice processor, but all that stuff's in computer land quite outdated and cheap by now. I bet you all those components together are like probably $650 to $700 used. Maybe you could get that down to like $550 if you really did some searching. So, not really that expensive without the GPU. And then he's gonna put his 3090 in there, and I think that'd be a match made in heaven. Hell, that's what it used to have in it before I turned it into that. It used to just be all taken apart and be a, capture PC, but then I was like, oh, well, now it's just spare parts, so I'll add the 4090 I have lying around to it, and bam, now it's a full computer. Anyway, now for the 720p settings. And this time I made sure that secondary number says 720p. I think I messed up on the Ally. I think it said 124. So it must have been like, I don't know, maybe the 16:10 version of it? I'm not sure. But anyway, that is the settings we're going to run for low. Just everything on the low preset. So let's get into the game and see if it can stay at a constant 60 now. If I remember correctly, it can. Well, let's go make sure. Now here we go at 720p with everything on low. And it definitely looks a little softer and worse, but that's what you got to deal with if you want to play on a little sub $400 PC. Although, if you got it with the stuff I've got, I think you have to add another like 200 and change. I got like the SSD for like 75, and I think I got the RAM was like close to 200, like 160 or 5 or something like that. Because I got 64 gigs, I figured screw it, or 32 gigs. Actually no, it was only like 120. It was my laptop RAM that was like 200 for the Alienware. See, that's the problem. You have too many things, all the different things you buy for them starts fucking going together. But yeah, first world problems, I'm sure. Alright, now we can move on to the next little area. As you can see, we stay pretty constantly at 60, even while recording. So I think with this, even after we get out of this area, I'm pretty sure you'd still get a constant 60, or at least damn close to it. Alright, now we gotta fight a little bit more people. And there's even like a slightly bigger one that you're supposed to fight once you get your frenzy all the way up. But it takes a little while, so you have to bear with me while I build frenziness. And at least in this game, the fan was basically completely unaudible the whole time, because we were staying in the like low 80s instead of getting all the way up to 90 degrees. Once it starts getting up to like 87, that's when it'll start doing that. Spin the fan up really fast and be really audible, and then slow down. Then spin it up fast again and then slow down. That honestly annoys me. I wished it would just stay on at that point instead of going off on, off on. I'm sure I could change that somewhere, but the dang BIOS in that mini PC, this mini PC is so bare bones. I don't even know if it does have that option. I'm hoping it does, but I don't know for sure. Ah, here he comes. Huh, already got him. Cool. It's not like he was super strong or anything, though. Alright, we'll destroy some heads here real quick. And now I think we can move on. Alright, let's get some cam recorded gameplay now. Now we don't got nothing interfering with the FPS. Alright. Now we can move on to the next little area here. Alright, frenzy mode. Alright, cool. Screw that, I'll use that when I'm good and ready. I want to kill some of these guys if they're just going to endlessly come back. Okay, okay.
appears I have beat the monsters. Seems like I'm getting a little quicker at it each time. I think last time I got to this stage it was like 6 minutes. Although I think it was mostly because I forgot. I didn't pay attention and it wanted me to use that death blow, so. Ah, cool, they've even got little bits of anime in here. Anyway, though, I'd say it's probably a good spot to stop, because it's probably just going to be a movie for a little while anyway, so why don't we go wrap the video on up? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. Again, didn't run very good at all at 1080p. Mind you, we were also recording with OBS, but even without that, the Ally X couldn't get a constant 30 with this game maxed out. So I don't think this thing could either. I mean, maybe it could get a little closer if we were able to overclock the RAM past 4800 megahertz, but I have yet to figure that out yet. Maybe there's some easy solution. Like maybe it's as easy as just downloading Ryzen Master and saying, hey, overclock my RAM. Well, half the time I try to download that on mini PCs, laptops, and what have you, it goes, nuh-uh, that shit's not supported. And I'm like, oh damn, must just be for desktops or something. Anyway though, then 900p, that was a lot more playable. That stayed above 30 even while recording. So, I mean, not everybody is a 60 FPS snob. So, of the people that don't care about a 60 FPS, you can play and stay above 30 just by doing 900p medium preset. But if you want 60 plus, well, and this might not be everywhere, but it at least was for me, even while recording, you can do that by just 720p and low. Still looks pretty decent, especially if you're not trying to play it on a giant 4K TV. Most people would probably be playing this on like a 1080p monitor or something like that. Like a little 24-inch or like 20-inch, something like that. And it's not gonna look so bad. Doesn't especially look great when it's all blown up like this, but still doesn't look awful either. And for under 400 bucks, I can't complain now that we've, well, it's a little over 400 bucks now that we added some extra goodies to it, but for what it costs, it's still not too bad. Though, I would still argue, after upgrading the SSD and the RAM, you probably are better off just like building yourself a little mini PC if you actually want to game. But this thing still isn't completely useless when it comes to gaming stock. It just had lots of stutters and weird shit from that VRAM limit of 2 gigs. And now it seems to be 4, even though I've got 32 gigs of RAM and told it to be 8. So I don't know. Hopefully I can figure all that out eventually. But that is all I got for you guys for this video though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.